Our town is under attack! This is the work of outside forces, not your neighbors! They've stolen our faces to turn us against each other! Asakusa is overrun with imposters! There's no way for us to tell who's the real deal and who's a fake! In other words, there's not a damn thing we can do! So what? Do you really think I'm gonna let that stop me?
What are your orders, sir? We stand ready!
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
My sweet waifu.
Is that you?
One way or another.
Mic check, waifu. King, tell y'all know. Is that you?
What's good, bro? How you feeling?
What's up there, boy?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm feeling excited.
Yeah. We this is episode. Wait, is this episode 20?
Yeah, it's like 2 10s.
Oh man,
Episode 20.
This is episode 20 of Mic Check Waifu. I'm Polo. That's Tell, and we got a great show for you tonight, today, or whenever you're listening to this. First off, let's start off by thanking our sponsor. Okay, Loot Complex. All right, I don't know if y'all know this, but Loot Complex has a secret shop, and Loot Complex in that secret shop. That's probably one of my favorite shirts that they've ever had. Just go to patreon.com/Loot Complex. It has my girl. My girl from Demon Slayer.
Is it? No, it's not Nezuko. It's not, because he already did a Nezuko one.
He already did a Nezuko one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Which one?
Check out the secret shop to see it.
Huh?
Yeah, check out the secret shop to be it. It's the love
Yes. The Love Hashira, dude. It's so dope. It's my favorite shirt ever. Check it out.
Look at that.
Use the offer.
Without Demon Slayer, we still talking about it.
Right. Use the offer code waifu to save on that shirt in that secret shop. It's worth it. Trust me. Also, this is brought to you by our Patreon producers. You see their name right above us. That'd be Chris Goodwin, Monique Williams, and Connor. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show at the producer tier. And we also have one new Patreon I just wanted to give a personal shout out to. He's not a producer, but he's definitely supporting us, and I appreciate it. So, David, shout out to you. Thank you so much for the love. You'll be on.
Appreciate you.
We'll be on these credits at the end of this show, so stick around for that. Also, we did something a little bit different on our Patreon. Usually, the Patreon producers at the Weeb tier, and the new tiers, the Senpai tier, can give us a topic on Topic Tuesday. Okay. I extended the Topic Tuesday from Tuesday to Friday this week because I wanted to try something a little bit different. If you're a Patreon supporter, period, you were able to comment on the thread to give us a topic idea. And we got a pretty good one from our boy Robert, who's been supporting us for a while now. So, Tell, if you don't mind doing the honors.
No problem. Now, first and foremost, Rob, I appreciate you. You've been mad cool since the first day we started working together. Like his topic, exactly word for word. Here it goes. Let's discuss the reason as to why people get involved in anime in the first place, and how anime can draw emotional ties to everyone in any class, lifestyle, genre of life, and how these ties are not applicable in other venues of entertainment because human actors are only possible of eliciting certain responses, whereas computer-generated animation can portray any emotion perfectly in every situation, regardless of the fact, due to the removal of human error and emotion. Now, I would say there's a lot to look at there.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. So let's unpack it. So the first part, right? Why do people get involved in anime in the first place? And how does anime draw emotional ties to everyone in any class, lifestyle, or genre? The perfect example of that, I must say, is our Facebook group. Our Facebook group has every walks of life in it, and everybody just enjoys each other's company. We're just talking about anime, and I respect that so much. Okay. I mean, that's just what anime could do because it can come from all shapes, all sizes, all cultures, everywhere. That's what makes anime so dope. As far as, drawing emotional ties in that aspect of it. What you think?
So, I would want to kind of tie into the idea of like why anime like makes those different like sects and parts of life interested, right? Because let's say like I was watching the Wu-Tang Clan thing, was it Netflix or Hulu or whatever?
Oh, their movie?
Or it's like a series. But you know how like they were really heavy into like the martial arts stuff, right? So like my dad loved martial arts growing up. So like my version of that, like the new generation of that to me was kind of like anime.
Ooh,
the anime I started off with had martial arts. And then I advanced into other lifestyles with anime. Other people might just be like more artistically inclined. Like, you know me, again, I love art. To me, anime right off the jump, it's a representation of art because initially anime had been drawn from the beginning and then they had to switch to computer graphic animations and stuff like that. All of this was portrayed through hand animation. Remember making drawing those little flip books from hand with a pencil and some sticky notes. So like, it really doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle you come from. If you give anime a chance, there's a genre for you because it has everything.
Exactly.
It does some of everything.
No, that's exactly right. Like, I mean, it can cater to the more serious people who wants to watch something that's kind of more grounded, i.e. slice of life, or it could be somebody who's big into the fantasy world aspect of stuff, all the way to video games to just history even. It's like it's all there. It's all there. And that's make anime great. Now let's unpack the other pieces of it. Okay. He said what did he say? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
The ties are not applicable to other venues of entertainment because human actors are only possible of listening certain responses, right? And so, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say that's exactly why I have the most respect for the English dubbed voice actors in anime, especially nowadays. Maybe not back then, because back then they weren't that great. They didn't put as much fill-in or effort as they do into what the new generation dub actors do. For example, the speech we use, I forget what episode, but Erwin's speech in Attack on Titan that we used in one of the previous episodes. That speech drew so much emotion for me that like it gave me physical chills. And this is a quote unquote cartoon. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it sent like the hair on the back of my neck stood up when he gave that speech in Attack on Titan, especially in the context that it was in too. Oof.
Yeah. So I would even go as far as to say that's not even just the fact that voice acting itself got better. I would say acting in general.
Ooh, true. Facts.
Because if you look at the original movies where they were silent films, right? The acting had to be overdone in every scenario or else like you couldn't portray what was happening.
Right.
Then they added voice to the acting and it sounds dull. People don't know what they're supposed to like on TV, right?
It's either dull or super over exaggerated.
Yeah. And then you don't like that, right? You're a clown.
Yeah.
And then when things like Inuyasha or something like that came out, you only had a few really good like voice acted ones, whether it be in subbed or dubbed.
Yep.
So either way, they weren't really good. Like I 100% will tell you when Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z was initially out and it was subbed, I did not like Goku's voice.
Right.
In subs because
nobody
he sounded like a little crybaby girl. And then in dubs, it was better to me in dub his voice, but only because that's what I was like accustomed to.
Right.
As we got into the future, Dragon Ball Super Goku's voice, I love Dragon Ball Super Goku's voice. I feel like it's more intense. I feel like he can go to different levels. But I also can attribute that to everything at this point. Because every voice acted, like when I look at all the different voice acting, whether it be subbed or dubbed, the difference is that whether it's in English or Japanese or Chinese or any other language in the world, humans can still portray emotion
right,
through voice, regardless of whatever language it's in.
Right.
But I was gonna say, back in the day when they were doing these voice acting scenes or even acting in movies in general,
right,
it wasn't the same. They weren't good enough actors yet. They didn't develop the art form yet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, and that's what makes anime so great, because like you have to be kind of more on top of your game, because okay, for one, you're not acting with your other peers, right? Like, you're in a booth. Usually either your peers act it out first or you act yours out first. Whoever goes first basically is at a huge disadvantage when it comes to the acting scene in an anime, dubbed or subbed. So like, just thinking about that in the grand scheme of things, like, it's so great, man. It's so great the way that some of these anime actors and actresses like portray their characters, again, dubbed or subbed. This is an either or conversation, because I mean, it pertains to both. It honestly is. It takes so much talent to cause as much emotion as we talked about at the top of the show from just your voice.
Yeah.
But
or even get a whole town to back you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody's getting blown up or beat up or something like that. Yeah. Now you got to fight in your own town, you know?
Right. Now you got to beat up your own people and you got to portray that. It's awesome, man. It's awesome, dude. I love it. I love it. What other venues is that applicable though? Like video games?
Music too, right?
Oh, true.
So let's even go to that point, right? Mm-hmm. Anime music in comparison. So like, let's say for instance, when you watch an anime movie versus, let's say we go see Infinity War, mm-hmm. or not. Infinity War is one we can compare it to, but I would say it's a little bit. It's not the same comparison, but I'll do a different comparison next. But let's say Infinity War versus the Naruto movie, right?
Right.
All the music in both of those movies will be completely original for mm-hmm. those movies, right? Mm-hmm. They won't mm-hmm. be pre-recorded or taken from another artist or anything like that. They're all going to be original soundtracks for that movie.
Right.
Now, let's say we do, Ghost in the Shell.
That's a good one.
Ghost in the Shell versus, what movie was that? Where Will Smith and Bright, right?
I haven't seen Bright.
Well, they take music from, hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. Yeah. If you got Snoop Dogg in a song, mm-hmm. it's not the same as having a song
originally composed.
Yeah. Now, the difference is that like, if you think about it, a song that's like taken from that kind of like area, right? Like, so let's say it's a hood movie or it's a football movie. Mm-hmm. If you take something that makes it more relatable, something that we already know, mm-hmm. it does make that scene more relatable. Right. But it doesn't feel original,
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like I'm in my own little marble for this movie. Like, this movie is the world, and that's where I should be at. Right. If you're already copying, pasting music and everything like that. So I feel like even the music itself draws you in.
Okay. Perfect example. One of the top anime and music combinations has to be Made in Abyss. I mean, I feel like we talk about it a lot, but that's absolutely perfect.
I should have said that first.
Yeah. Between the emotion it draws from when just simply waking up in the morning as those kids get up to do what their duties are. That song is it's all fantastic, man. It's all fantastic. And it's what I remember most about the show, even though the show itself is a masterpiece. Like, I might need to bring that up in my rating. So probably about, because I got it in my anime list as a rating of I think an 8.5.
Yeah.
I talk about it so much. I think about it so much that I might as well bump it up to a 9.5, to be honest, because it's that great. There was no bad episode.
I did want to say one thing about ratings, right? Yeah. I was looking at AniList, and I looked at our My Hero Academia rating. Uh-huh. And like, you have My Hero Academia rated as a 9. I have it rated as a 7. And I'm just like, how does Polo have this rated higher than I do?
Well, only because it was in my top 5, but it's so not in my top 5 anymore.
I mean, yeah.
It got replaced by Astro, so.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking like, what was I thinking rating it a 7?
Yeah, what were you thinking actually?
Like, Was I just basing this off like the first season or what?
Probably.
I don't even know.
You had to be, because the first season was mad decent.
Even if I rated off the manga, it's like a solid 9. I'm like, what did I do when I rated that? I don't know, bro. All right. But the next part that I really want to touch on for his topic was like the computer generated like graphics can like mirror any emotion, right? Mm-hmm. And so
he's just referring to the animation itself, right?
Yeah, but like this is where it goes back to like what you were saying, right? So you said, for instance, like when you're talking and, you know, you got to be on top of your game when these voice actors are kind of like, that you don't get to see their face. So you can't take those emotions with them, right? Right. And that's one thing that makes it really crazy to think about is because anime is not a real person. It looks close to a person. Mm-hmm. So to see or kind of have to like relate to those emotions through a face like that makes something look amazing. And the reason it looks so good is because the art style becomes relatable, right? Based on obviously the artist and the animation and the perspective and then the music in the background. Right. And then the fact that the computer graphics can literally mirror a face. So like you the artists themselves are going to look at a face and say, okay, this is what sad and crying looks like, right? Right. You draw it has to look over exaggerated. But then you can take the computer graphics in the background and kind of edit it a little bit more to get the proper structure to make it look like, you know, someone's crying or anything in the background. So they kind of have an extra advantage there because they can artistically express it. They can they can like how my background is blue right now, right? They can change the background, the entire background to make you feel something too. And it's going to be way more impressionable or impactful than what a live film may be, or even what sometimes real life may be.
Yeah. So, okay, let's think about it like this too. This may be a little petty, but I'm going to do it anyway. Dubs get more points in this aspect for me only because they have to do animation just ever so slightly different, right? Because you gotta match mouth flaps and you have to take the over exaggerations from the Japanese cultures and bring them up or bring them down as necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I find the dub voice actors have like some, and most of the time have the hardest time doing that. And that's why people like sub better than dub, which is understandable. I get it. Okay. I get it. Like some over exaggerations that the Japanese cultures do is terribly translated in English. It doesn't always work out properly. It doesn't always feel right. But when they do it right, when they do, like, I'm going to say it, the whole My Hero dub series is great at it. It's like phenomenal. Even going back from subs to dubs, because I did that for this week. It's great the way they match these voices up. It's almost like they literally like took the time to cast these characters to match the Japanese cast in order to make the recording process so much easier when it comes to My Hero and like the dub versus sub. But I guess that's the point I'm making is that it's so much harder in the world of animation to do as much as they have to do when it comes to like the voice acting and stuff. Like, and it's so impressive to me. So impressive. As far as the human error goes and emotion that like the movies cause, I don't know. I feel like it's just, I don't know if I quite understand that one too much. What you think?
You said, what was that last part?
In every situation, regardless of the fact, due to the removal of human error and emotion.
Yeah. So like, that's just like more of a mechanical aspect in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
I think what he's trying to say is basically like, when you're acting, like it's not a real life scenario.
Right. So like if a dog dies in a movie, you gotta either channel the inner Steve where your dog actually died when you were younger and really cry it out, or you gotta try and act like, you know, oh, this is how it would feel if my dog died, right? I see.
And a lot of people, like, even if you're a professional actor, right? Like that's why people, I think, like Heath Ledger so much, right? Because he wasn't a regular actor, he was a method actor. He was playing the Joker. So he did the drugs, he did the acting, he did the crazy, you know, he did the crazy. So like that's why things like that were so impactful.
Yeah.
So when it comes to human error, anime doesn't have a human error. Everything's going to always be fluid. It's always going to be represented how the artist wanted it represented. So like versus an actor, you could have the best director in the background, but the movie's only going to be as good as the actors.
Right.
Director. The director's going to say, no, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
But there's limitations on every actor. It doesn't matter. It could be the best actor in the world. They're not going to always portray every scene perfectly.
Yeah, but that's the same in both aspects, because you think about what you just said, but just take it and flip it in reverse. Okay, so now you have the perfect computer generated emotion from Kirito and Sword Art when he's trying to save Asuna, right? It's perfectly generated, but if the actor isn't on point with like delivering those voice lines, then it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing, but just reverse.
But you don't think there's a benefit to just having to do the voice, right? So like when you're just doing the voice lines, right, you do have to still act it out, because like there's no way you can do the voice lines perfectly if you're not sitting there on the verge of crying or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But they can add tuning effects and vocal effects to kind of get you there.
Same though.
And I don't mean you have to do much.
Yeah.
But like when let's say for instance someone's stuttering because they're getting ready to cry, right? They can literally lower the voice a little bit. It doesn't even have to be a lot. Lower it a little bit, drop the echo a little bit, and just like kind of let that low, soft voice be them like.
So
and then they officially cry.
Right. So you're saying the editing process is
it leaves more to work with. There's more flexibility.
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of see that. Yeah, I can kind of see that, because in acting, you could do it 800 times and it just not be right, and it gets to the point where the director's like, okay, we'll settle. Yeah,
and now I gotta cut scenes. Like, come on, man. I don't want to cut and paste these two scenes together and try and make it look right, because it's got to look right and sound right for a movie. For anime, they got the visuals handled.
Yeah,
they just got to get the audio right.
Right. I don't know. It's different. We're getting real mechanical into anime this week.
Hey, I know, right? This is some crazy stuff right here.
It's dope. I like it. All I got to say is that, Robert, thank you so much for the topic, bro.
Amazing topic.
I appreciate it. I can't wait to see next month what you give us. Oh, man, that was incredible. Let's talk about some anime, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up.
What's up?
So,
you want me to go first?
Well, this isn't a specific anime I want to talk about yet, but you can go first. You can definitely go first.
No.
I just wanted to say,
I got to hear what this is about.
Season 2 of The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime was officially confirmed for 2020.
Yes, let's go.
Then season 2 of The Rise of the Shield Hero was confirmed, as well as season 3 already confirmed.
Season 3 for Rising of the Shield Hero?
Guaranteed. Season 2 is already was already in production as of September, and it's confirmed. But season 3 is already confirmed to be signed off on and ready to go.
I got a confession.
What's up?
I never finished Shield Hero. I deserve that.
Are you serious?
I deserve that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I need to hit you with the oh my god Shindaru. Like I can't believe you.
I'm literally 2 episodes behind, like 2 episodes away from finishing it. I don't know I don't know what it was. It's again, man. I blame the summer season. The summer season completely threw off Rising of the Shield Hero, because Rising of the Shield Hero was here, and then the summer shows came out, dropped it down to here because the summer shows did this.
But there was only 2 shows during the summer that would have even held a candle to Rising of the Shield Hero.
And it didn't just hold a candle; it had a fucking flamethrower, bro. It was a flamethrower.
So Astro Lost in Space, obviously.
Yes.
And then Demon Slayer.
Yes.
In my personal opinion, the only thing Demon Slayer really had on the Rise of the Shield Hero was animation.
That's
you think the story for Demon Slayer was better?
Yes, because the story towards the end of Rising is absolutely boo boo. It turned into as long as we have friendship, type deal, and it just wasn't as good as it was at the beginning. The beginning was like the first 10 episodes was flawless. I loved it. And then it starts to slowly decline into this, oh, but we can be friends. Oh, Master Naofumi, let's be friends. And it starts to pick back up again, and it starts to go right back down again when they start to become friends. Like it just, and they fight this new big bad dude who's, you know, doing something, and like the fighting in that was rushed. And I believe I took place on the part where they were on the ship, and they were actually fighting that chick again. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of boring. And I was bored. And I turned it off. I don't agree with
any of that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Put that on record right now. Montel does not agree with any of that.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it was. It started to put me to sleep.
I'm not saying the series was flawless, but like they introduced the whole fact that there's entirely other heroes, entirely other dimensions, and worlds that they have to even worry about. Like these people are coming to the world. Why is the fan hero and other like the scythe hero? Why are these different heroes got to come to my world in order for their world to survive,
to save their world?
It just opened up more story and a grander finish.
I know. I know. So I didn't finish it. So I don't know if it's still that great. But the most recent episode I watched, which was 2 episodes, I believe, from the end, had me like, so predictable. I don't know. Just me. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't gonna like that.
All right. It's cool. We'll take it. All right. What anime do you want to bring for us this week, Polo?
Okay. Orensuki, dude.
Is it Orensuki or Orisuki?
Oren, because it's Orensuki.
Right.
Does it have an N in it? I could be adding an N because
I thought there was no N, but no.
I'm an American, so I'll probably add it in. I want to talk about that so bad. Okay.
Yes, it's Orisuki. No N.
Orisuki. Okay, so Orisuki, bro. I text you after I watched the 3rd episode. Like, watch this show, please. We got a tweet from. I'm gonna go back to the tweet because I believe it was from Kill Switch.
Yeah,
it was from Kill Switch. Okay, yeah. Kill Switch 815 tweeted us because he got his shout out in the last show. So here go another one. Shout out to you, bro. But he let me find it. Okay, all right. Sorry. We got quite a few tweets this week.
Yeah. See, keeping Twitter popping for mic check waifu.
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying.
I need to work harder on the Instagram. My bad, y'all.
So yeah, he tweeted us and said thanks for the shout out and everything, and he told us that we need to watch Orisuki. Okay. Yeah, he said this was exactly what he said word for word. Just listen to episode 19 of Mic Check Waifu. Thank you for the shout out. Haven't heard any love for the old maidens though. Yeah, Kill Switch, that one kind of missed my list. I don't know exactly what old maidens are. Do you tell?
No.
Oh yeah.
No. Let's find it on any list. Go ahead, Polo.
Yeah, so that's one he's adding to the list right now. And he said also unexpected hit of fall season, Orisuki. Couldn't agree more. Now, its most recent episode left a lot to be desired, but the first 3 episodes of this slice of life were fantastic. I believe I explained it last episode. We talked about it a little bit, about the guy having this whole little Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde effect going on with how he's handling his school life, because he's basically trying to portray himself to be the perfect side character or the perfect just average student guy, you know? But in reality, he's actually kind of a douchebag that's trying to get these girls to fall in love with him.
It's just not working.
Yeah, almost create a harem.
His game is weak.
His game is definitely weak. But one of his crushes, who has a crush on him, who actually likes him, is this geeky girl, quote unquote, who's not actually geeky, but has to hide behind this disguise because apparently she's hiding from someone. and we don't quite know yet in the story. But this anime is incredible. For some reason, though, episode 4 decided to get super like, I don't know. Every show has these episodes where it get like super comedic, I guess. Yeah. And episode 4 was the hugely comedy aspect of it. Albeit the episode before that, episode 3 was like more serious and more dark and more kind of like messed with your emotions, because his emotions got messed with, and he messed with other people's emotions, and it all came to fruition in episode 3. And he basically got caught with being a complete fraud, and it was dope. And it just, the way it played out was incredible. So I guess they needed that little comic relief to break up when you binge watch it, and you're like, damn, that was kind of deep. But I kind of wish it would have stuck with it though, because it was good. It was really, really good. I love it. Yeah,
if every episode is deep like Your Lie in April,
oof,
it's gonna break your heart.
It gets heavy. Time. Yeah, Your Lie gets heavy. I wonder if it's gonna get heavy back again. Like, kind of stay away from the, the animations where they do like the crazy jumps and the screams and the like kind of silly stuff. I kind of hope we get back to the serious stuff soon. Did you watch it yet?
I haven't started yet. So, and that the reason I was going to talk about that is because I kind of been binging Isekai Cheat Magician.
Oh yeah. And I stopped watching that.
I got like 4 episodes left.
I'm only 4 episodes in. What you think?
And then I also finished off season 2 of Symphogear.
Okay.
So I've been binging some stuff.
Ooh. What you want to talk about first?
So I'm gonna kind of do Isekai and Symphogear all of them, because Isekai. All right, I'm just gonna be like honest with it. It's okay. Like
hold on real quick, bro. For those of you who are listening, that was actually a real pause and mixed with a little audio issue. But yeah, he really paused. So just wanted to throw that out there.
It's okay. It's legit like okay.
So Symphogear is just okay.
No. Isekai Cheat Magician is just okay. Like, I was looking at the ratings here. Most people give it like a 6. And I'm like, that makes sense, right?
That sounds
the animation's not the best animation.
Right.
The storyline is like mad decent.
Yeah.
The characters aren't like, they're not horribly unlikable characters, but they're not like the most likable characters.
Right.
It's okay.
I like the sister, or not the sister, his best friend, or whatever.
I'm gonna try and finish it. Yeah, like, I don't understand why it's called Isekai Cheat Magician and he barely knows how to use his magic, like 8 episodes in or whatever. It's like,
well, because he's super powerful though.
I get it, but what's the whole point? He's supposed to be a cheat magician. Like, she doing some legit stuff though. She out here making like steam and fire bombs and shit like that, and creating blue flames when nobody ever seen a blue flame before. Like, that makes sense if you have the knowledgement of the world to create magic that supersedes what they know here.
Yeah.
Do that. He can't do that. It's like he's mad decent. So I mean, obviously he's supposed to be super powerful. Right. I just haven't seen anything that's blown me away yet. So I'm gonna try and finish it off. But
me either. That's why I stopped at episode 4. Again, this is something that Kill Switch also tweeted. He was like, yeah, like, for some reason, okay, the show isn't that great, but I can't stop watching it. And I like that tweet so fast because it was the same for me, but I stopped watching it. Like, it's not that great, but you kind of want to see what happens next. Yeah.
And you compare it to Sword Art Online, especially at the current season. And the current season is not the hottest season of Sword Art Online, but it's better than Isekai Cheat Magician for sure.
Yeah,
like
100%.
If I had to choose right now, Isekai gets dropped easy.
100%.
But Symphogear, go ahead.
Again, I just want to say this about SAO right now. SAO is real good to me right now. It's real good. I don't know what it is.
There's only one thing I don't like. There's only one thing I don't like.
What, no Kirito?
Yes. That is killing me, dude. I'm like, no, I get it though. I get it. Yeah. They're setting him up for a comeback, but it's breaking my heart. I'm just like, come on, Kirito. What's up with all this like super great stuff you did before?
Yeah. It's hard. Okay, my bad. Go ahead to Symphogear.
And then Symphogear, So basically, I binge watched the first season, a while ago. Just binge watched this season in like 2 days, and I like Simple Gear.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that as of right now, I'm putting it in the same category as like Isekai. Like, although the difference with Simple Gear is that the audio is like 1,000 times better. Like, everything with their audio is on point. It's just like it's
Fire
almost
Force.
as good as like Fate series when it comes to audio. And I don't know if you really pay attention to the Fate series, but when those chains wrap around a pillar or someone's taking a step, you hear every little step. So it's just as good as Fire Force. So it's like it's almost up there with that sound quality. It's just like the story progression to me is low key trash. The only reason I'm really sticking around for is because the action, like when they do the transformations, look really cool. Yeah. And then like I kind of like the characters. They like kind of dope. It's all like high school girls, whatever, but they kind of cool. Yeah. Like the one girl, she, no matter what happens, she's like, look, I might be dying, but I'm going to sit here and help fight and save the world. So I like that. Yeah. It's just,
so you
the
like
story
the drive,
is low-key trash.
The story just isn't as good.
Yeah.
Well, that's deep. So for me, Assassin's Pride is so very, 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 very good. You don't like it?
No, I love Assassin's Pride. There's just something I thought about when you said that made me remember something.
Kufa Vampire, man. So this most recent episode of it, we got to see why his name is actually that.
He's an ox.
He's a freaking beast. And it's just incredible. I watched it on my stream, actually, because I was waiting in the arcade queue. So we just sat there and we watched it in the stream.
I didn't know you watched it on stream. That was clean.
Yeah. It was clean. I'm probably not allowed to do that, but I do anyway. Oh, well. It's so good, though. It's so good. The relationship between the instructor, or senpai, if you will, and my lady, what's her name? Melita? No, I forget her name. It's something Angel.
My lady. That's all.
Yeah, that's all we ever hear.
We just call her Milady. That's what he call her.
Milady Angel is what we hear all the time. But their relationship is great. I like her character. Like, normally I hate characters like this, who's like, I'm so powerless, blah, 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 blah. No, she's trying to be powerful. She's going to become powerful, according to Mr. Vampire. She's going to be legit. But the one thing one reason why I wanted to bring it up is because it had a situation in it where it brought up some romance between the instructor, Kufa Vampire, and Milady Angel,
who is a minor.
A whole minor, like not even a half, not even partial.
Like, 12, 13 or something like that. Yeah,
and it made me so uncomfortable. Again, the show went from here to there because I can't get with the whole lolicon aspect of it, I guess. And I'm not gonna say I'm the, because we did established in the most recent episode of Mic Check Encore that Till also enjoys the ecchi every once in a while.
Of course.
But I'm a big ecchi harem guy. Like, I love that shit. And I'm just
not with minors.
Not with minors. I'm not okay with that. It just don't sit with me well. I can't tolerate it, and it kind of like brings the show down a bit for me. But I'm still enjoying the hell out of it because the story is so interesting. We found out that her father, Milady's father, is sending other organizations to try to take out his own daughter because the instructor decided to like force train her, even though he was supposed to attack her because he's an assassin that was supposed to kill her.
But that ain't even the only reason, though.
Yeah.
Because it is really because of the fact that even though she developed these powers, they're not paladin powers, right?
Only because they're not paladin.
Yeah. But you know what made that dope with that little sign they gave us? What? Is that she exhibited both paladin and the samurai powers that he has.
Exactly.
So it's like, is she gonna be double wielding out here?
A paladin samurai, which is something I never heard before in my life.
Right.
Which would be incredible.
Here's why I made that face when you first brought up Assassin's Pride. It's because, like I told you, I binge watched Simple Gear. Mm-hmm. in Simple Gear, Hibiki got her arm torn off.
Oof. Oh, yes. Now I see why.
Yeah, our boy Vampire got his arm torn off.
Yeah.
And I basically watched two main characters get their arms ripped off and regenerate them in the next 5 minutes. So, I'm just like,
Spoilers.
okay, cool. I was like, okay, bet. Like, don't nobody lose arms in these anime anymore. Like, you lose your arm, you just got one in the next 5 minutes because you got some overpoweredness.
True.
It was dope, though. I mean, him showing his full form, showing that he's a lycanthrope.
Yep. And he's one of the most powerful, which is a vampire. But he's like, no, don't worry. It's half and half. I'm half human, half vampire.
His hair turned white, got
and
wavy.
long.
It's like he went Super Saiyan.
Yep. Dude, it's so sick. Man, that's a good show. I also watched Violet's Love. I love that show. It's so on my alley. I can't stand it.
And I'm just going to assume you ain't started Fate Granddaughter.
Because I didn't watch any of the other Fates like I was supposed to.
Hold on. I can't deal with you, bro.
I'm disappointed.
Go ahead.
I need to watch it.
Well, just tell me how great Violet's Love is, bro.
It's phenomenal. Again, the whole premise of the episodes, I pretty much got the gist. A demon attacks. No, he goes on a date with one of his swords, which is the girls. He went on a date on his most recent episode with the idol. He went on a date with her, and then she's kind of like actually crushing on him, unlike one of the other girls. And she's like trying to make it the best date ever for him, and it's not going well because they found out who she is, because we found out the antagonist is actually somebody that's trying to get rid of, I guess, the main character that's controlling the swords, the Akuma looking dude. Yeah. And let's just say they get into a locker together and they level up that sword in a different way that you wouldn't expect.
It was kissing, right? It was kissing.
Yeah, kind of. because he's so tall and she was so short, she had to kiss his chest to level up. So she was doing that a lot to kind of like level up, and she leveled up at the last minute and awakened her sword ability. And her sword ability is basically that she can fly, but she only leveled it up to level 6, so she couldn't fly for that long. So they just kind of went falling right back down again.
So she leveled up her sword and he leveled up his. That's what happened. That's what it sounded like you just said. That's what you just said, right?
That's a good job out of you, Tell. Yes. I mean, yeah, essentially that's exactly what it was. Oh boy. It's great. It's a great show. It's just for me. It's like they said, let's just throw this out there for Polo.
Hey, that's 100% what they did.
It's not going to be popular, but I like it. Write in and let us know what your favorite ecchi anime is. But High School D&D can't be number one. You got to give us something new.
It's going to be
High School Dead.
Iki Tausen.
Ooh. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Let us know. Write into the show. Hey, speaking of that, if you just want to write into the show, period, please feel free to do so.
For any reason.
Any reason whatsoever. Also, check out our merch store, okay? Go to teespring.com/stores/MikeCheckWaifu and take a look at some of our wares. They're quite dope. They're really dope, actually. I can't wait. My hat gets here tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know who Polo found to design that stuff, but
it's clean, right?
Yeah.
This is dude I went to school with.
That boy Polo dope, huh?
Yeah, it was just this dude I went to school with. Ain't nobody. No, it's all designed by King Teliano himself, one of the hosts. That's what makes it so personal, so great, so dope. So check that stuff out. Again, teespring.com/stores/MikeCheckWaifu. And with that, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna roll right into our talk of My Hero Academia. Last week we played a song by Teflon Sega called Entertainment. I just learned today that he's actually from Cleveland. Go figure, we're from Cleveland. So we're going to play another Teflon Sega song called Bloom. Check it out. Hey, welcome back to My Check Waifu, episode 20. We just realized something during that quick break. So before we get into My Hero Academia, the recap or just a discussion period about My Hero Academia, it's the it's Halloween time for episode 20 of My Check Waifu. So we thought, what anime character will we want to be for Halloween? Now, this is if we could like just be whatever, no matter what, for Halloween. So with that, if you don't mind, can I go first?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I can't remember his name, which is not great.
It's okay.
Okay, it's two characters. One I remember the name and one I don't. Giyu from Demon Slayer.
You just want this gi. You just want the gi. That's all you want.
And he's just way too cool. He's just super chill. I like his whole style.
Okay.
And the end, it's another Demon Slayer character, the big baddie. But when he's a dude, when he looks like Michael Jackson,
mm-hmm.
you know, like dress up as him because he's in a suit. I mean, that's perfect. You? Yeah, it'd be perfect.
So that's kind of cool. I got two as well.
What's up?
So my number one would be Ikikura Gane from the Chivalry of a Failed Hero. Or Chivalry of a Failed Knight. But Ikikura Gane would be, I like just how he dressed because he got the little tie-on suit. It's not like an official suit, but it's like the laid back suit. I'm chilling.
Casual,
yeah. And I just want to carry a sword on me, dude.
Straight up.
Let's be real. Who doesn't want to carry a sword?
Straight up.
And then my number two would be N from Pokemon. If you don't know who N is, he got really, really long green hair, and he was the guy who like didn't want to battle Pokemon really because he wanted to befriend all the Pokemon. And every Pokemon he ever came across was just like super friendly and nice to him, no matter what it was. Like they could be out here destroying buildings, and he walk up like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm N." And they'd be like, "Oh shoot, what's up, N? I'm Godzilla, and I'm stomping on this building."
That's very interesting.
Nah, I just like that character. But those would be the two I choose.
Dope. Hey, write in and let us know what you will be for Halloween as an anime character. It could be anyone. You know what else I would like?
What's up?
Kirito from Alicization.
You want to sit in a wheelchair?
I want not Underworld, okay? Sit in a wheelchair for 3 episodes.
You want to sit there and let's like take your sword and you just look at him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm bad.
I can't wait till Kirito's triumphant come back. It's gonna be great.
I can't either, man. I love that dude for him to just be sitting in a chair doing this to me right now.
Okay, so this is gonna be where we spoil episode 3.
Yeah.
Okay, episode 3 of My Hero. So if you haven't watched episode 3 of My Hero Academia, which all of you have, I'm sure, turn it off. Thanks for listening. But if you have listened or watched episode 3, stick around.
It's time.
Let's talk about it.
Think you have time to stand there frozen? Or are you just getting tired, running out of ideas? I was honestly a bit curious when Mirio told me he was going to bring you here to introduce you. But it turns out it was a waste of time. There is a candidate who is far worthier of inheriting One for All than you. As such, I cannot acknowledge you. I have to remember the words he said that day.
Young man, you too can become a hero. I can give you my abilities. Take the torch.
I have to keep fighting. I'll go beyond, so he can't react even if he can foresee my movements. I can't just let him reject me now. Not after everything All Might and I have been through. He chose me. He wanted me to have his power. I'm going to take that stamp from you. I swear, I will make you acknowledge me.
Let's talk about it. All right. So, do you want to recap this one, or do we just want to talk about this episode? Because
I mean, me personally, I really don't even want to. I just want to talk about it.
Me too. Me too. Let's do that.
So, what I saw, what I imagined was that this was technically supposed to be episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay, so let me tee you up real quick, bro. Impressions of this episode. We already know you knew it was coming.
I loved it.
Okay, so you loved it.
It was live. It was what I knew was going to happen, but it was live.
Yes.
And it showed exactly how, even though Night Eye isn't powerful, how powerful he is.
Preaching,
you know what I mean? Though?
Yes. Yes.
Like, he isn't All Might, but he was All Might's sidekick for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
And oh my goodness. What this kept doing to me was I kept at the beginning, because I didn't read the manga, I had the pleasure, the luxury of experiencing this firsthand like a brand new watcher should. Okay. I had the luxury of thinking to myself the entire time while I'm watching, it's like, okay, why the fuck was this guy's All Might sidekick? Why was he All Might sidekick? That's what kept going through my mind as it played. When we finally saw him use his foresight, I'm like, holy shit, bro, this guy is fantastic.
Yeah, it brings into context also what All Might said. Like I said, he was like, and I also ended up exactly like how Night Eye said I would.
Right. Not only from just, what was it, an hour long? No, he knew almost like
and
future, like.
Yeah, we know that Night Eye needs special conditions. He did say that. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as the conditions are met, I can see what actions you will take.
Right.
And he saw that with All Might.
Yeah. I mean, the difference is, though, he said it only lasts for an hour, though. Right. That's what was said in the show. I don't know if that's actually how it is, because he said, yeah. They said when they explained the quirk, they said it can only last an hour, but that's the secret of his quirk. Basically, nobody knows how long it lasts.
It's special conditions. He can go further with special conditions. I think he has to like know you more or like you more, or something like that.
And that's exactly what I was thinking.
I don't know exactly what it is, because they don't really elaborate on that. But we know that he can see further based on certain conditions.
Exactly, and that's what I was just about to bring up. The reason why he knew All Might was going to end up the way All Might ended up was because he met those special conditions, like you said, because he knew everything there was to know about All Might. But let's talk about, you know what? I was going to use, okay. Damn. I kind of want to use My Hero again for the beginning of the show, because what Midoriya was saying when he was trying to get that stamp, bro, I loved it. I mean,
you could throw that in right after Teflon Sagan.
I can. You know what? I will. Dog, how great was that, though?
Yeah.
Watching him do the Gran Torino moves. That was my favorite part. Like, this man.
Well,
Midoriya is a beast.
I also loved how he just said, "Oh, this is a slowed down, watered down version of Gran Torino. Like you're not nothing.
He exposed
you're not nothing jumping around." And he just literally like,
yeah,
you can't touch me
with mad chill on too.
Oh my god, Night Eye is
chill.
Night Eye is a beast, and I can't wait to see more.
If you ever watched the dub, his dub voice actor is really good too. They did him right. Again, My Hero cast people perfectly. They haven't failed at casting people yet. They got the main character from Grimgar as my dude. What's his name? What's the dude? The dude that looked like All Might.
Yeah. The only voices I know from My Hero that I actually 100% liked, Bakugo, I think it's perfect.
Yep.
And then All Might is perfect. Everybody else's voice I can't remember.
Oh my god, dude!
I can't remember anyone else's voice.
Midoriya sounds just like his
I remember
subs.
hearing Midoriya's voice. I didn't think I liked it that much, but I think it might have been okay.
It's great, dude. No, it's great. You crazy. But Todoroki's dope too.
100%.
Oh my god, dude.
Now, after seeing though, like how things went, he says that like I planned on taking you up anyway.
Yeah, no, even when he introduced was introduced, he planned on taking them up anyway.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
So like, what did you think about it?
Well, they also explain why he said that. He said that because I plan on taking him anyway, because essentially he feels like he's going to take the All for One and give it to who he feels is actually deserving of it, which is, what's your guy name?
Togeda?
Togeda, yeah. He feels Togeda is more worth it than Midoriya. But Midoriya is okay with that because now he wants to prove to him that he is worthy of that power. And again, man, hits you in the feels.
Now, we also know that obviously One for All can't be transferred unwillingly.
Right.
You can't just take the power. Like, I can't just pluck his hair and be like, I got One for All now.
Right.
You got to actually like want to transfer that
all
power.
For one.
Yeah. One for all.
One for all. I get confused. I had to take it and slow it down in my brain to make sure all for one. Okay, that's the good one. One for, okay, that's the bad one.
No, One for All is the good one. All for One is the bad one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't I? Or did I reverse it again?
You got it mixed up again.
We'll figure it out. I'm going to listen back.
But the principle is, that like, obviously, Lemillion would be an amazing addition to having, One for All.
Right.
But my opinion is that him passing it on to someone who didn't have a quirk to begin with is a better signifier for how it's supposed to be. You know, him passing it down still amplifies the power. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to be added. It's not going to be an added quirk to the power. Right. He doesn't have a quirk plus this power. Right.
Exactly. So it's a slightly altered version of what their already power is, which again, the world of My Hero is one of the most ridiculous. Yeah. One of the greatest, most realized worlds of any shonen ever. Like even more realized than Dragon Ball Z. Because when you think about it, the only thing we know is that Saiyans came from a different planet. But we don't understand like why Krillin can fly. We don't understand what the fuck. Well, I mean, I guess another alien.
It's key. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, key. Of course, but it's not as realized. You know what I'm saying? Like it. Whew, I love it.
Now, I will also say, oh my God, I can't wait for more of this season. Like. That's the biggest thing about this that like you don't understand. Like I said, I'm not gonna give any spoilers.
She's not. Yeah.
But this whole fucking season, bro. Oh my God. This is it. This is the if you never watched My Hero, this is like I said, this is the one that gives you fire. And then when you talk about building the world, there's Vigilante, which is the manga that's an offshoot manga that is darker right off the bat. Like, yeah, we saw our first actual kills this season. There will be more in other seasons, but we saw the first actual kills this season where people actually died. But in Vigilante, it's darker right off the bat, like brutal, abusive. It goes down. And then they're even talking about making an actual like spinoff that's completely different than Vigilante. So My Hero is going to be completely recognized and way different in a much grander scale because of its popularity and how much it's growing. It's literally going to be one of the top anime, period. If you love it or hate it, it's already there. There's nothing you can do about it. Right. It's already coming.
Yeah, it's better than One Piece. I had to get my.
You gotta say that every week.
Every week, I got to get a dig in One Piece. I just have to.
You said it's better than One Piece.
It's gonna come randomly, listeners, but it's gonna be And if I don't mention how much I don't like One Piece in an episode of My Check Waifu, call me out on Twitter. I want to make sure I get at least one little dig every episode.
Luffy gonna hit you with that Conqueror's Haki.
Well,
you don't know what that is. My bad.
I just know he's a inflatable tube man. Wacky arm inflatable tube man. Or whatever the fuck. All I know is, you remember those Stretch Armstrong wrestling toys we used to get as a kid?
Yeah, you stretch it like 20 feet. and then you break it and the little sponge stuff come out.
Yep.
Cause that sound ghetto now that I think about it.
You're destructive. Listen.
And you know this.
The most recent episode of My Hero was very inspiring. We are starting to see Midoriya get his confidence. Like, I need to prove. Before it was, am I him? Can I be greater? No, now I need to prove. I need to show. I need to do. This is what I love. Character development that is so perfect in this show. So good.
In the beginning, he was trying to be All Might. He wanted to be All Might.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's starting to differentiate himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to be an entirely different person, an entirely different hero.
Yep.
Like he wants to do the same kind of things, but he's understanding that he can't be All Might. It's never going to happen. He has to be better than All Might because All Might failed, technically.
Yep.
You know? All Might is the number one hero, but he failed. So Deku is coming to the idea that I have to be better. I have to learn how to use this quirk better, and I have to do everything. We know that All Might was gifted with being able to control One for All immediately. That's not normal.
That's true.
So Deku has to kind of figure out how he's going to advance past that. So yeah,
dope. It's dope. Plus ultra, brother. Plus ultra.
Right. Ultra combo.
And with that wraps episode 20 of Mic Check Waifu 22-0. That's a milestone. Thank you all so much for listening and rocking with us. We'll see you next week in episode 21. Make sure you check out our Patreon if you want to support the show. Keep the lights on. All and any support is greatly appreciated. Check out the Teespring. Teespring.com/store/Mic Check Waifu. Get some cool merch. Rock it. Take pictures with it, and we'll share it all over the world. And with that, we're not out. Follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu. I'm at Polo Bornfly.
And I'm King Taliano on Instagram and Twitter.
Thank you so much for listening. This time, we out. Peace.
We out. He said we high.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
My sweet waifu.
Is that you?
One way or another.